Hey everybody, welcome to Grown Man Record Night.
Welcome to the show.
It's a fantastic show.
Happy Friday to you.
Grown Man Record Night is filmed before a live
studio
yours, audience.
And the others.
Yeah, we're back live in what we would like to call Studio B.
This is Studio B. This is not Studio A, the one you're familiar with. This is the second half of our season. We moved on to Studio B for cleaning of Studio A.
Absolutely. We want to give a little different look. This is we're striking and going to the alternate set.
Well, it's such a big studio. You got so much space to work with.
That's true. I mean, we have a Grown Man Record Night warehouse here to deal with, and it's just a shame that we only get to broadcast from right here in this corner.
Yeah. Well, once you got all the military equipment out, we were able to set up things the way we like it.
Yes.
You know, so.
Correct.
Yeah. Thanks
for joining us. Hey, we appreciate you. I'm your biggest fans. Mikey B's your biggest fans. We appreciate everybody joining us on our weekly live show here on Ustream. And I also want to remind people, we've got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/MacheteMiller. And not only that, but we got a damn Facebook page. Go check us out there. I don't have a graphic for you yet.
Multifaceted.
Do we have a graphic for the Facebook page?
No, not yet. Facebook.
Still working on permissions.
Facebook.com/Grown Man Record Night. If you Google Grown Man Record Night, you're going to get the YouTube channel. You're going to get the Facebook page. You're going to get the live stream from the Ustream. So if you just Google it, if you get in a pinch.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to just Google it. Or I can Google that for you.
I'll tell you, one other thing they need to do is if not already, we've talked about this a couple of times, we used to talk about it a lot, was Ad Blocker Plus. If you're watching the show, you might be getting a lot of ads.
Especially live, and I mean really on YouTube too. Sometimes when you watch it on Ustream, the Ustream likes to pump these little commercial ads towards your ass. And sometimes it'll jam up your browser.
Yeah, that's the problem. Sometimes it's not the ads that are the problem.
No, I love the ads.
If you want to bring me free stuff, I'll watch your
ad.
I
love the ads.
But when it hangs up and won't work anymore,
the ads end up jamming up the stream. So to alleviate that problem, especially if you're running Firefox or Chrome, you can download the Ad Blocker Plus extension. Take care of all that. Not to mention, you don't see the bullshit stuff that comes up on Facebook. The YouTube commercials that come on before the videos.
The added value there, it's not only here. You go to YouTube, you go to all these places, and you don't get all these ads.
It's worth checking out.
Even news websites.
We also wanted to mention, for those of our friends and all of our good friends that check us out every week. I mean, there's a lot of people that check us out every week, Steve Fever.
That's what I've heard.
That's crazy business, man.
It's scary.
We appreciate it.
It's real scary.
And we kind of let them down a little bit last week.
Backlight's off.
The backlight's off?
Yeah.
We kind of let them down a little bit last week.
There was an audio problem from what I hear now.
Yeah.
We were getting messages, and we thought we had fixed it, I guess.
We made mistakes. Mistakes were made. But like we said just a couple of weeks before that, that's what makes doing the live show so much fun. Problems, situations, conundrums, if you will. Will you?
Now, is that show visible? You said it got popped anyway, right?
No, I had a little Sandy Nelson got us a little hook on there, but that's all right.
You're still able to watch it?
You're still able to watch it. You can't hear you for shit. But we had a little audio problem. We apologize. We try to bring the greatest product we can every week, every Friday, because you only get one GD Friday a week.
Right.
We want to make it the best we can. And sometimes we end up a little left of the mark, but I think we still delivered a really good product. Despite the fact that it was kind of hard to hear you. You could hear you a little bit, but we're not going to do that anymore.
Well, I have to clarify. We actually still deliver the best product.
Absolutely.
You should have called an audible is what you should have done.
That's true. I should have got to the line and recognized where the mic was. And identified 52 as the mic. And then just Omaha'd right out of that shit. I could have Omaha'd right out of the shit and I messed it up. That's all right. I'll learn to read the defense a little more. So I'll tell you what, let's take this opportunity to run through a little bit of some of the cool records we played. You know, last week we had Carl and Tiffany up.
Yeah.
And it was a good time here in the studio. It was a big ruckus. We had a big old ruckus going on here. And it was cool having them in town, and we went out and did a little digging while they were here. And while we were there,
I think some blood was shed.
Absolutely. Always when they come up. And all three of us had some Best Buy records, and it was a lot more of the newer shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot more new rock and some stuff.
It was like Christmas around here.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot of like brand new records. We don't do new records a whole lot around here, but that sale was so good, that was a good time to do that. This week we're getting a little bit back to a little bit of basics.
Okay.
And this program is founded on a good jazz funk bass with a little rock extension.
It is.
So getting back to a little bit of the bass tonight, but we got a little rocky too. Let's talk about what we played.
Okay.
Started off with one of the Grown Man Record Night classics.
New graphic.
This is a GMRN classic. Been around since day one. And we're talking about the Dave Bailey Quintet, 2 Feet in the Gutter. And I love this record. It follows the Grown Man Record Night prescription. On the back, African-American gentleman smoking a cigarette. And not only is there an African-American fellow smoking a cigarette, on the front you can see the same African-American's nuts. They're down there.
Hey Jay, if you sat
Yeah,
there,
let's hold that up.
I can't get up. The new studio set
Wired
up
you in?
doesn't allow me to move. And usually when I get up anyway, the thing falls off.
Jay's in
our
front.
friend
Jay's
Jay,
in front of the mark.
our good friend Jay.
Look at that there.
Actually, if you just sit there, move the light a little bit so you can sit there, and then I'll just pass to you. You can pass it right back to me.
Yeah, look at that, man.
We can just do like a relay.
That follows all the
like
Grown Man Record
thing.
Night criteria.
So the
right
front,
there.
you got a guy
you got some nuts.
showing his nuts.
Show his nuts, Jay. Don't be shy. Get
And
a little
then
bit to the other side of that.
It's always
Other
a
way.
black and white photo on the back.
Uh-huh.
Some guys hanging out smoking cigarettes.
It's a black dude smoking a cigarette. It's a jazz album. I'll buy it. That's a Grown Man Record Night
2
rule.
Feet in
Cool.
the Gutter.
Let's keep it moving.
Dave Bailey.
How about a little Doobie Brothers? Hadn't listened to the Doobs in a while.
Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me. Great album. Double LP. Great gatefold. We don't need to show all that. Is that a double? It's not a double LP.
No, it's just a gatefold.
It's a single. It's just a big ass gatefold.
You trying to say you got more than what you got?
I know. Great gatefold. Terrific record. Everybody knows this. Got some great tracks on it.
What's on there?
What's on there, Jay?
Rolling down the highway.
Rolling.
China Grove. Enough said.
Solid.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Enough said.
Joan,
NUFS.
Joan.
Followed that with a little T-Model Ford. Now, if you're not familiar with T-Model Ford, this is a 10-inch.
I'm sad I missed that.
Fat Possum Records. Now, Fat Possum Records, these cats went down and started documenting these Delta Bluesmen. There's a documentary about it. We've talked about it on the show before. But T-Model Ford, R.L. Burnside, Junior Kimbrough, that's all from that stuff. Fat Possum does a great job issuing that stuff out. We've got these cats recorded. Some of them are dying off. Really glad to have that.
Look at you showing your 10-inch.
Fantastic. 10-inch record, Steve. I like the way the music sounds on it. I took a picture of myself. Let me tell you something now. I've enjoyed this. This is a Miller Fortune.
Mike Miller Fortune?
You just
Oh,
get
that's
with my
the
full
Miller
name.
Fortune.
Yeah. This is the Miller high octane beer. It's got the little cool little spade symbol.
I've seen ads for that. The new ad campaign.
6.9%.
Is it good?
You want to try it? I love it. Let me tell you what. If you buy a 6-pack of this during the week, you can have like 1 a night, 2 a night, and just kind of.
Okay.
They're stiff, man.
There's a little Guinness in there. I mean, it's not a stout, but
it's good. It's good. Let's keep it moving.
For
One of my
domestic
favorite
beer.
records, man, that I've discovered this band really late in my life because I always thought stuff from the 80s sucks because I'm that kid and I'm a 90s grunger. So everything from the 80s blows. Men at Work. Terrific album. This is the first Men at Work. And it's business as usual. And Who Can It Be Now is my theme song by far. And if you've not heard Colin Hayes' acoustic version of Who Can It Be Now, do yourself an effing favor. Go look it up on the YouTubes.
Well, I think we ought to perform that one night.
We could perform that one night.
He showed me how to play. It's kind of interesting. It's not an interesting tuning. It's just a nice little open B minor thing you got.
It's a
going
very
on.
haunting song when you really break it down
Yeah,
acoustically. It's a really haunting song. I think when you hear it on the main album like that, and you've got like the horns that accompany it, it tends to like brighten it up a bit.
It also makes way too much sense when you listen to the lyrics.
You know, I'll mention it again. I think I've mentioned this before, but they won New Artist of the Year. They won a Grammy the year they came out with this album.
The Curse.
And they got up on stage, and the guy, what's his name? With the
Colin Hay.
Colin Hay got up and said, "Thank you, and you haven't heard the last of Men at Work." And it was really about the last you heard. I mean, they put out Cargo after that, but
Yeah, I've got Cargo. It's a good album.
It really was about the last you heard of Men at Work.
Yeah, that's the curse, man. Don't do that.
He was a Scotsman who moved to Australia and started a band.
Don't tempt fate.
Good band though.
Don't you eat that yellow snow.
No.
How about a little Mean Machine from some Jimmy McGriff? Oh, let's get up on it a little bit.
Pretty funky.
My man wearing like a dashiki.
Okay.
Here on the
Is
back,
that what that
back
is?
cover. I think so. It looks like a little Mont Sanford action. He wore a dashiki in an episode. He got all back to his African roots. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Man's got a dope mustache. He got it shaved down, some chops, working some business. Jimmy McGriff.
Nice.
Hell, I love him. I love him like
an-
he. I love him
Looks
like
like
he was
an
my damn
Indian
uncle.
shirt.
Steve.
It's like from India. Look at that shirt on the back.
You mean like?
No. I mean like.
Hey, hey, hey,
Like Dot.
Tabla, sitar.
Yeah. Hey, Jay picked up a record that we just had to play, and for me, now let me tell you something. Now, this is big time business.
There may be some hard.
It's some trading on. It's on trading dot.
trade
now. I
material.
like this record, Jay. So we can talk a little turkey. I may have something Jay wants to talk about. Fishbone, man. This is 1985 Fishbone. It's a gold.
See, Jay discovered one of our secret honey holes.
I did him a favor. I did
Okay.
Jay a favor.
Okay. It's a good place.
Gold stamp.
And I think we thought we had pretty much drained it, but look,
we
guess
hadn't
what?
been back in a while.
We hadn't been back in a while. You close, you turn your back on
Yeah.
something, and all of a sudden you're like, oh,
Gold stamp promo copy
And that's a
of
nice, clean-
self-titled Fishbone.
that's a nice clean
Looks
copy,
pretty damn
too.
good. The cover split on the back end of it. Hell, it still played like a charm. Like a damn charm. Followed it with a Steve Fever record. I've never seen this from you before. They Might Be Giants. It's a 12-inch
12-inch single, yeah.
maxi single.
It's from their first
Is that
material.
45? We maybe played this on 33. If
No.
it's a maxi
You
single?
played a 45, and that's what messed everything up.
Okay.
This is Don't Let Start, which is their first single that they released, which had their first MTV video, and
Yeah.
great band. Saw them at Ziggy's in Winston here a few years back.
The old Ziggy?
The old Ziggy's.
Nice.
Dave was probably there.
Very cool.
Fun show. Great band.
Tell me a little bit about that dollar song thing they did. Just
Well, they used to have a
briefly.
number. I forget the number.
Like in the
could
90s?
You could call, and it was a recorded message. What it was a little song bite, basically, about 10, 12 seconds
Oh,
of
so
a
it wasn't
song.
the whole song?
No, you
Okay.
called and got a little song bite. And if you listen to Flood, the album Flood, it came out in 1980, maybe. I think they took a lot of those dial songs and put them together near the end of the record. There's a really cool song.
If you like They Might Be Giants, you also recognize that 10 Seconds is totally a song for them.
It is totally a song for them. Yeah.
Like the short songs.
Yeah,
Talking to
they
two
hook you-
Johns.
They hook you and then stop.
Life's too short, pray hard.
Okay. Where do we go from there? We
Well,
played another record, but
Nebraska.
I'm going to talk about that later.
since I was talking about praying, let's talk about a little Black Moon. Into the stage. Essential hip hop that I wasn't as hip to till
Boss Man,
the Boss Man hooked me up with
Yeah.
this for my birthday.
he sure did.
And what a fantastic hip hop record! I really love this, and it's I heard it, and it's one of those records. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, yeah, I remember those guys, kinda, maybe, and then you play it, and I was like, it sounds familiar, does it? I don't know, maybe. The fourth or fifth time I'm hearing it, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's some real shit. That's some real
Got
shit.
that heavy bass in there.
Early 90s to mid 90s kind of hip hop.
yeah.
That's the real deal kind of shit. Hey, I followed it up with a little
like the stupidest son
45,
of
a
a-
little 45 action now. Like to shoot him with my 45. Peppermint Trolley Company, 9 o'clock businessman. One of my mom's 45s.
Did your mom do drugs?
She did not. She was just.
Peppermint Trolley Company.
Yeah,
Wow. His mom got there with
I love that name.
my mom didn't need drugs.
No, she didn't.
And neither do I, Steve. That's right where I'm at.
No one needs drugs.
I was
Nobody needs that.
I was a weirdo when I was a little kid. Everybody thinks I've done a bunch of drugs. I'm just kind of
You just get high on life.
I'm just a little out there. I was an only child, so I got to have a vivid imagination, and
All you have to do to get really, really high is deprive yourself of sleep
it's true.
Well,
for a while, and
Yeah.
it'll work.
That's
Sure.
true. Hey, we followed that up with a little, it was a J record. Humble Pie, Performance Rockin' the Fillmore. This was from the Fillmore. What year is this from, Jay?
1971.
1971. Fantastic.
So Peter
double LP?
Frampton's in the band?
Peter Frampton is on.
Peter Frampton's?
I believe he's on lead.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
This was good. We listened to, what, side A of this? First side of that, jammed it. What's that record falling out of there? Was this a pretty good score, Jay? Come from
$1.
$1 score for some Humble Pie. Ain't
That's
nothing wrong.
about a year. I've had that about a year.
Okay.
That's
Hell, ain't nothing wrong with
That's a
that.
bring back from Kentucky there.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Comes from the bluegrass states.
The old bluegrass state, Kentucky. Well, I tell you what, we're going to do a little something special tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Fever had mentioned that he had picked up some, a little bit of what we call the old Appalachian spring water. Now, if you're a fan of the program, you know we partake in the Appalachian spring water from time to time.
And I don't know what things are like where you live, but in many states now they have legal moonshine.
Legal moonshine. You
Legal
can buy at the
moonshine.
stores.
It's
Yep.
white whiskey, corn whiskey.
It's kind of our co-host
legal moonshine.
here on the show.
That's
Junior Johnson has a very popular brand called
Absolutely.
Midnight Moon.
Uh-huh.
I think the stuff we had, the Cat Daddy, is also a Junior Johnson
boy.
brand.
That's
But that's more like a liqueur.
Both North Carolina
Yeah.
products.
A lot of people love moonshine, but they love I like the apple pie. I like the butterscotch.
Sure.
I like the.
I
Yeah.
like the straight corn sometimes.
But sometimes the straight corn is the way to go. And
To me-
tonight we're going to talk about straight corn.
Straight corn. To me, that's where the true essence of moonshine
And
is.
I had heard from you
Uh-huh.
that there was a brand by Popcorn Sutton, who is no longer with us.
If you're not familiar with Popcorn Sutton, just do you a favor, do a little Google search. Popcorn Sutton.
A lot of people have seen the show. Is it Bootleggers or what's it called?
Moonshiners?
Moonshiners.
He's not on there, but they have shown clips
He
of him.
influenced some of the guys.
Yeah, he was convicted and was going to serve 18 or 19 months. Decided he didn't want to do that, so he got in his favorite vehicle and poked a hose up to it and took his own
He
life.
was in his 80s.
Yeah,
He
but
left,
I'm not already really
he
old.
left his wife his recipe, and this
He got out
recipe,
of prison.
a lot of people think this is the best moonshine that's made. It's
pretty damn good.
This is a legal brand, so I don't
legal.
know how it's different.
It's a bonded
We're
liquor.
good. We're good right here.
We call
You
it
need one.
we call it bonded
Okay, so
liquor.
tonight, though, I also was very fortunate. A good friend from the mountains of North Carolina has
Absolutely.
helped us out and given us a gift. And this is what you call the real deal, I guess.
The real deal. This is real
So,
Appalachian.
I don't have a
spring water.
graphic, but this is a taste test. We're going to do a taste test tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to put Popcorn Sutton's white whiskey
Uh-huh.
up against North Carolina Mountain Firewater.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
So I want you to do a blind taste. You mind doing a blind taste
Oh,
test?
a blind taste test.
So if you could, I know these glasses are dark here, but I think
Yeah,
you'll
these
be able
lights
to
are pretty-
see.
you need a blind taste
So I need a blind taste test.
Okay. Well, let me take. Jesus Christ.
Is there any way?
Blindfold. Let's see.
Yeah. What can we do for a blindfold? Holy crap! It
let's see.
exploded.
Hey, I think I can get us a blindfold.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
What are you doing? Uh-oh. What are you doing, dude?
Hang on, man. Let me just get downtown here just a second. Okay. I got a corner.
Okay.
I got a
corner of what?
I got a corner.
A corner of what?
There.
This ain't looking promising.
I don't like what this. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Holy.
Oh my.
What's wrong with that? So we want to do we're gonna do a blind.
Jay, do you want to show these?
Do,
I don't think Jay wants to touch them.
Nobody wants to see
These
that.
are kind of. Oh my God.
Don't smell it.
I don't think he's gonna smell
I don't
it.
think it smells like anything.
Okay. So that's your blind.
We'll use this as a blindfold.
Okay. So
All right.
what I'll do is set up around.
Okay.
Okay. Oh boy.
Nutty. You ever had
Okay.
Count Chocula and you leave it sitting out till
All right. Here we go. This is
Okay.
the first round of taste test.
first round taste test here. What we got? I may pass out. I may pass out over here. Steve.
Cameraman, there you go. All right, so this is the first round of taste test. So let's do this.
It's blind.
Here's your. Can you see?
I can't see nothing.
You look like.
I can't see nothing.
Okay,
Hand out.
here. There
Okay.
you go. There you go.
That's
So,
my
okay,
first.
this is round 1.
Do I pour it through the cotton?
I think you need to
No,
pour it in your
please
mouth. And suck it through the cotton?
Don't do that.
What's that brand? Okay,
will
I
ruin-
don't want to
you will
know.
ruin it.
Here we go. Let's do this.
I had there was all that pizza free at work.
Cheers to you.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh man,
Okay.
boy, it lets you know.
You all right? Are you all right?
You need a baggie? You need a baggie?
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready to continue with this?
Oh boy.
Or should we go to graphic?
Has anybody got like a small receptacle of
Oh yeah, I'll get you one. Wait a minute.
of some sort?
There, it's right in front of you. There's something you can do.
Dude, that's not big enough.
I'm a
This
larger
is-
gentleman.
It's very small. Just don't puke too much.
This is not happening, is it?
No more than the shot.
This was a good idea in the planning phase.
Let me tell you what, in pre-prod, this looked like a GD dream.
Give me 5 minutes.
It was a
and I'm gonna make
pre-prod
more.
dream.
Come on now. Suck it up. Suck it up. We're halfway.
Hold on a second. Did you proof this?
No, I didn't.
I did.
He did.
He did.
You don't know which one this is. This is the second one.
I don't know which one's which.
This is
All I know
brand.
is,
This
what
is
the hell-
brand X.
Because that last
Oh,
one tasted like
okay.
high test.
Okay. Give me something else. I say give me some more.
You ready?
Give me some more.
Oh, okay.
I say give me some more.
You got shit on your right eye, by the way.
Well,
Here,
right.
here you go. Here you go. Right here.
Okay, what is that?
All right.
Hey,
This is
thanks,
this
Steve.
is brand X.
Brand X.
Second contestant.
Phil Collins?
So
Man, I love Phil Collins, bro.
let's see what this is like, and I want you to tell me which one tastes better,
Right.
and if you can tell which one is which.
How did Phil Collins get that gig on the Bob Newhart show?
Let's drink to
I didn't
that.
know he
Played
was a
football for Notre Dame.
Let's drink to that.
He was a psychologist, Phil
So,
Collins.
brand Y or X, I don't
Amazing.
know.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh my. Oh. That's a little stronger, I think. Okay, take off your blindfold.
You got a bucket to puke into right there. It's real small.
No, it's not a bucket. That's a shot glass. All
Well,
right.
it's a lot bigger than a shot glass.
I think this show has gone down the drain.
Honestly, I gotta say,
Don't say drain, Steve.
number one had the best flavor to me.
It sure did. That was smooth.
Number two, I could taste the water too much. I could taste the source water.
You could taste the source water.
You know, I'll tell you what.
Can you tell us which one was better?
What is that?
Oh Lord.
What is that?
You tell me. Those are your pants.
I wasn't there before I pulled it out.
You were sitting on the chair.
No, I wasn't. That wasn't there.
What'd you have for dinner?
I ain't have nothing for dinner, but they had all that leftover pizza for lunch. I've been eating leftover
Oh,
pizza for
I
lunch.
know you showed on Facebook. It was that beef and tips and
Pork rinds.
pork rinds. Okay, okay. Now we're talking.
Beef tips and rice. And
So
pork
tell me, brand X, brand Y, which
one's
one
which?
you think was better? Which one was which?
I thought I knew.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It kind of threw me a curveball.
Okay. How so?
I thought for sure the first one was the local.
Right.
And what is this here? Can I get a little napkin over
That's
here?
spilled.
Get a little napkin. I thought for sure that's what was going on.
Okay.
But
now you don't
then
know.
I took the second one, and I don't really know.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with my gut and go with the first inclination. The first was the local. The second was the popcorn.
Okay. Which one was better?
I like number one.
I think I do too. That's what I was leaning. They're pretty damn close. I'll be honest. That's
Okay.
pretty damn close.
Both of them are really good.
That's really
And
split.
high test.
Okay, I'll tell you this. The first one was Popcorn Sutton's
Oh, how about that?
Tennessee White Whiskey. You got it wrong.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think it is a better tasting.
Yes.
And the second one, of course, is North Carolina Mountain Firewater, as we call it.
And I have said, though, on record,
Sure.
that, because I've tried the Popcorn Sutton before, that I thought the Popcorn Sutton bonded liquor tasted better than any moonshine I'd ever had, ever.
Okay.
And it was true at the time, and then when you brought it last week, I was like, does it? That's a pretty good comparison tonight.
Yeah.
I
Now,
thought,
what was that stuff
I
we
wouldn't
had?
have brought it. I wouldn't have brought it back tonight had I not gotten the jar.
We had
from
some
a
stuff a
friend.
few
Sure.
weeks ago that tasted
we had
like
to-
cream corn.
that's what, no, that was
the
it.
popcorn.
That was the
It,
popcorn.
yeah,
That's the
'cause that
popcorn.
was.
I've always
The
said
corn tastes different.
the popcorn.
It tastes more like real, like just plain
I
corn.
hope they're not adding
It
something
don't taste
to
like
it.
liquor. Yeah, they're probably not.
From New Jersey.
It's a sweeter
like a
corn.
flavoring.
Wait, they're where?
New Jersey is the flavor capital of the world.
That's
Everybody
true.
knows.
Really?
That's where McDonald's
I
gets their
didn't know
French
that.
fry flavoring from.
Oh, well, God bless them.
There's
Everyone.
beef. There's beef flavoring in the McDonald's French fries.
Every one of them. God bless them.
But I hope they're not putting a flavoring in there. To me, it's a wonderful moonshine.
Man,
It's really good.
For legal, it's.
I
probably
think
the
they were
best.
both-
It was hard to find.
they're both very good.
I had to go out of state to get it.
And
Which state did you go out of?
I went out of this state.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And do you
And I went into that state to
In
get
your
it.
Different one?
state of mind.
Nearby? At
Yeah.
Adjacent state?
So why don't we get back
yeah
and talk about records?
records?
I mean, what goes better with dirty underwear?
We done had
and-
2 shots of
and
moonshine and some
two
dirty
shots of
underwear.
stupid moonshine
It's time for some dig of the
to talk
week.
about records.
Let's get on to it.
Apparently, people say I'm funnier when I drink, so I don't know.
Okay, we'll keep them coming. I killed this. No, let's show some beer.
I'm not
there.
trying to be funny.
I'm
Just trying to be real. I'm glad. I hope they can hear me. I haven't got any text or messages, so maybe
being real,
maybe they can
son.
hear me tonight.
Everything's real. It's real. Jay says we're
These
real.
little bars are jumping around, which I think means your voice is working.
Was that a dig of the week graphic?
Yeah.
Throw a little
Okay.
dig of the week.
You're on dig of the week
Okay.
already.
Wow.
Since you
Already-
called it
already-
out.
Will you hand me that?
I snapped my
Will you
finger
hand me
in
that
it.
cover, that album?
Yeah. You
I'm
want to do
asking.
your?
I'm asking cameramen to give me some assistance.
Do you want to do some first? Or you
I
want
just
me-
want to run through a couple things real quick.
Sure.
Last week, my audio was shit. Everybody knows that, and I apologize for my problem.
As do I.
So I talked about a couple things, and I just want to mention real quickly a couple of things. There were a couple records that I was real proud of. In fact, I didn't talk about one of them, but I got these at Goodwill in
Oh, that's
Myrtle
a good
Beach.
find.
We played this. In fact, we played it just a minute ago. It's Ramon Samahana
We're playing it right now.
Bossa Nova.
We're
It's
on
a,
the B
it's
side
a
of it now?
Bossa
Yeah,
Nova
that's what's on
record.
right
Everything's got that
Yeah, love it.
that little bossa nova beat
don't flag.
cowbell throughout the record, and it's just a great listen to.
Our man Chris from Dixieland Farm would dig that shit.
And I'll tell you, when you go to Goodwill and you see a record that's bossa nova, Latin jazz, take a good look at it. If it's clean enough, get it, because.
Especially if it's for a
And I'll
bar,
tell you,
man.
a
Come
lot
on.
of these records are worth some
People like that.
coin, because it's very popular. Lounge
People
music,
like me that'll pay money
lounge
for that.
music is popular. Speaking of popular,
Yeah.
I must apologize because I gave you a record I thought was off the gravy. What do you call it? The stack that you.
The bologna
The
stack?
bologna stack. I had a record I thought would be off the bologna stack. It was Sandy Nelson, Let There Be Drums. Sandy Nelson apparently is very popular.
Okay.
Her records are going pretty well. I found,
right.
and it got us popped. So I
Yeah, a
apologize
little
for
YouTube-
getting you
That's
popped.
all right. It just gave you a little link if you want to buy some Sandy Nelson.
Well,
go down there and buy some
Honestly,
Sandy
you
Nelson.
had to look at that cover and know it would be good.
Oh yeah.
But this is a
cover?
different record, though.
How's
This
that
is
not good?
another. I picked up another Sandy Nelson record. This is called In Beat.
Should we play it again?
Sandy Nelson. Not during the
Give her some
show.
exposure.
We learned not
She
to play it
wants
during the
to-
show.
she
It's
wants to know how good she is.
it's also very, I'm very happy to pick this up. It's got the Batman theme on it and stuff like that. It's from 1966. I may have mentioned it last week, but you probably
My
couldn't hear
breath
what I
smells
said.
like a corpse.
Lastly, from last week, I was very, very proud to pick up this at a record store in Myrtle Beach called Kilgore Trout. And I was very disappointed with their prices, but this is one.
Had a fan mention. Greeno mentioned Kilgore Trout. Said he'd been there, and he was like, "It's a pretty cool store."
It is
but he's
pretty
like,
cool, but
he's
the
like, I
prices
agree with
are
Steve.
dick.
It's too much.
The prices
Too
are
much.
dick. Phaedra, and I'm hoping tonight. Usually, you like to finish your night with Boards of Canada or something like that. and
Yeah,
that's
we get
cool.
down on that kind
That's
of
great. Tonight, I think we should finish with Phaedra.
Sure.
The opening song is 17 and a half minutes, and it's so good. It'll blow
That's
your
a
mind.
good.
It'll
you
blow
know,
your mind.
To that point, we never really.
This is an 81 reissue.
I like the way they
but I'm
spell it.
so happy to have it.
We never really mention this.
Yeah.
But if you're a late night cat, you may not catch Grown Man Record Night live at the 9, 10 o'clock
you're
hour,
not.
or even when we do this program live.
Right.
But if you join us late night, we're going to be playing a lot of your spaced out. Maybe you went out and you had a little.
Yeah, the show takes a turn.
You had a little time this evening. You know what I'm saying?
The
You had
show
a little time.
takes a turn.
You know, maybe you went out and talked to Paul for a little bit. If you went out and talked to Paul,
Yeah.
as Willie Nelson would say,
Okay.
or just hung around and, you know, was up to no good, we'll end up with some Boards of Canada, Aphex Twin,
Right.
some
Tangerine Dream.
Tangerine Dream.
That's Phaedra, by the way. I didn't mention
Yeah.
Tangerine Dream.
So we'll end up with some kind of weirder shit on the more of electro, kind of weird. Or we may go to something like Oregon, where it's like
Or
real
Pink
jazz-based.
Floyd, early Pink Floyd. Who knows what?
Absolutely.
Whatever we feel like doing.
But we will fulfill your late night thirst for a little music that maybe you don't listen to all during the week. But it's a great time for
things
Friday
that
night.
play well at 2 a.m.
Damn straight.
Right.
Friday night, 2 a.m.,
Or
we
3
got you
a.m..
covered.
Sometimes 3 a.m.
Buddy Rowe, we got you
Sometimes 4.
covered. We got you
And
covered.
5.
I
I think
hear
the
you.
record might be 5.
So I got more to talk about, but we can move on though.
Let me bust a couple and then we'll come
Yeah.
back to you, Steve Fever. Let me tell you what,
There's a graphic called
the last
Vault.
one. I picked
I
up,
don't
this
need
is,
it right now though.
this is a $1 record.
Okay.
This is a $1 record
Where'd
right
you get
here.
this?
This was at Ed McKay in Greensboro. Dr. Hook.
Oh, that's right. You went to Ed McKay.
That's right. You know, when it's very funny. Last week, like I mentioned, Barefoot and the Envelope were up here
Yeah.
and did the show.
He wanted to go to Gassan's, didn't he?
He wanted to go to Kassan.
Great restaurant.
It's a cheesesteak restaurant in Greensboro, which is
Cheesesteak.
10, 15 minutes from here.
That Philly cheesesteak?
Yeah, Philly cheesesteak.
Is it
And,
authentic? With the cheese whiz?
No, sir.
Oh.
Now, let me tell you, it's a good cheesesteak. That's not my particular style of cheesesteak. I like a good, I'm a Geno's guy
Okay.
because I got to go up there and meet
You got
him
to
on-
go there. You
Yeah,
were for the company.
Yeah, I worked for
Yeah.
a little thing, went up
The
there and did
company
some
man.
stuff with Gino.
Sure.
Actually, the guy's name was, I can't remember the guy's name.
Don't worry about
Actually,
it.
he recently died. But
Okay.
there was Gino's and there's Pat's across the street.
Sure. In Philadelphia, we're talking.
Yeah, South Side. And it's like, you know, the steak and cheese whiz. So you get a whiz wit. A whiz wit is with onions.
Okay. With
Right.
onions.
With onions.
Okay.
Right. And well, I'd never had one. I went up there, Old Country Boy, you know, and I did a little photo shoot in there. And then I met the cat that ran Gino's.
What
and
was
he
your
like,
job? Like a grip?
holding-
Gaffer?
yeah, holding light stands.
Best boy? What
Yeah,
were
I was
you?
just fresh out of college.
You're best boy.
And he was like, "Hey, you he's like, "Hey, you like a cheesesteak?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I like them. I never had one the way you guys
Did you
do it."
talk back to him the same way? Yeah, I like him, man.
Yeah. Oh, I started this thing because we
Hey,
were on this
tell me-
drunken rampage for 9 days. So I
Yeah.
used to do this thing. I would go into the thing and I would try to like go into restaurants and whatnot.
Yeah.
I would try to emulate the waiters and the waitress's accent back to them.
Apparently, you had a nice expense account, from what I've been told.
Yes, it's from a cigarette company.
Really?
It's done a lot of damage to the American society
Oh,
over the
come
past.
on.
Yeah, people make their own choices.
It rhymes
Stand
with,
by-
It rhymes
hey.
with harm, day harm.
One thing I can tell you about life in general: stand by your damn vices. You know what I'm saying? If you got something that
Everybody's
keeps
gotta do
you,
something.
if everybody's got to do something. If you're like, if there's something,
You're
that's-
gonna have to serve somebody.
if there's something that serves you through,
It might be the
don't
devil.
be like, oh, I don't ever drink.
It might be the Lord.
I mean, I don't drink.
But you're gonna have to serve somebody.
I don't drink because you know you can't drink and get to heaven.
Is this show like gonna be 2 hours long
I don't
tonight?
I don't drink. All I'm saying,
I
don't
do. I
don't turn
drink a
your
lot.
back on your vices. That's all I'm saying. But
Okay.
anyhow,
So, okay.
I told the guy. He said, you look like a big guy, right? You look like a big guy. You're a big guy. You want a bigger steak? I'll get you 2 steaks. He's like, you want cheese whiz? Did you want your onion? Onion? And I'm like, yeah, onion. And he hooked him up.
Whiz.
Joey Vento. Joey Vento.
Joey
the guy that
Vento.
owns, Geno's.
He's dead.
And he gave me 2 of them, and he sat right there while I ate them because I was a big cat.
He sat there and watched you eat him.
And he was like, "You like?" And I'm like, "He's like, what'd you think? What'd you think?" I'm like, "Yeah." It was great. So Gasson's in Greensboro, they got the provolone. I like the cheese whiz, long story short. Here we go!
I was about to say, how do we get into Philadelphia? How do we get to Philadelphia?
Went over to Ed McKay's, picked up Dr. Hook. $1 record. 5th studio album from Dr. Hook, a little bit more. I don't know a lot about it. I've got one Dr. Hook I really like. This one, I don't know why it's $1. Maybe it sucks ass. I don't know. Not listen to it.
Let me see that record.
I'm willing to give it a shot.
Let me look at it. Because I'm an older man, so I can tell you a few things, but I don't know anything about
Looks
this
in
record.
good shape. I've never heard
My
it.
only Dr. Hook album is in shit shape.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, speaking of our good friend Chris at Dixieland Farm, if he hit me to a group or a guy, Enoch Light.
Enoch Light and his orchestra. Are you
Jesus.
kidding me?
He's like, if you like,
I love Enoch Light.
he was like, if you like Esquivel, and I'm like,
a lot of Enoch Light's
Dude.
albums are on Command Records. We talked about Command Records.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
I've got 2 or 3 Enoch Lights, and I love.
well, here's
love.
something, and I'm sure Chris knows about this, but this just really made me think of him. I've got 2 other Gary McFarlane records. One of my favorite lounge cats ever. This one, cameraman actually found in the store, and he was like, "Don't you have a couple of these? Do you want this?" It's a live record, $2. Gary McFarlane Profiles.
Yeah, that
and
was
it's
in the bargain bin in the jazz section.
It's on Impulse.
They did not know what they had.
You know, it feels like Command. It's got that great, that
Huge, thick
slick,
cover.
thick
Here's the
paper.
deal.
If only you guys could feel through your laptops right now.
Here's the deal. Profiles is a live album featuring performances not only by Gary McFarlane, but it's at the
I
Lincoln.
see a lot of names on there.
Lincoln Center Philharmonic Orchestra, 1966, and it's on the Impulse label.
Can we play that next?
Gabor Sabo.
We need to play this coming up.
Oh, we'll do it.
We'll
do
wait. Let's wait till we bring ourselves up. I'll listen to one side of it. It's fantastic. I've got 2 Gary McFarlane albums.
it. Now, what's that got to do with Enoch Light?
He said he sounds like Esquivel. It's in
Oh,
that
okay.
same vein.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The jazz, lounge, tiki,
Okay.
space age, bachelor.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So, I do want to mention, this is something I've been thinking about. It's been on my mind all week. And if I've got a record or a music or just a thought on my mind, Friday is when I get it out of my damn soul. And I just kind of put it out there. And I've got 2 Gary McFarlane records. Pick that one up. I know for a fact, I bet it's still there. The store in Winston has got a Gary McFarlane Tijuana Jazz. It's one of the ones I don't have. And it's been sitting there for like...
go get it tomorrow.
Well, it's been sitting there for like $10 or $12. And I'm like...
Piss him off.
And I'm like, I love it.
Thanks for telling me.
I love it, $10 or $12. A little...
10 or 12 bucks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's why it's been
Ouch.
sitting there. Because any Gary McFarlane I
So you're
would
going to go in there and say, look, you've had this record for 2 years. I'm going to give you
exactly
$6 for it.
$6, $8.
And PHRED will say, okay.
If they take $6 or $8, I'll take it right damn now. 10 or 12, I'll probably leave it still sitting there. I could probably pick up
that
a
store-
Discog.
That's how bargaining works.
That
Yeah.
store is
Walk in there and you say,
is
I'll
with
give you this.
Yeah.
that
no,
store.
no, yes.
That store is within walking distance of my house.
That's a good walk.
I should walk.
That's a good walk. That's probably your walk.
No, my walk's much longer than that.
Longer than that?
It's longer than that.
There and back's not still...
No,
Okay.
no, not quite.
Hey, let's keep it moving. Also picked up, it's very weird. Last time Carl and Tiffany were in town, we went up to CFBG's in Greensboro, a great record store, and we picked up, I picked up Geese and the Ghost, the Anthony Phillips from Genesis. He's a keys player from Genesis. Picked up his solo Geese and the Ghost, which is a fantastic album.
Folk rock.
Psych folk rock. Very fantastic.
Very in
record.
that vein of Prague, British Prague, almost like what's that city in
Cambridge?
Cambridge, where all those great bands are from, like Camel and Genesis. Is Genesis from there?
Yeah, around that area.
Sorry if I'm wrong, but whatever.
Dude, it's one of those that, like, if you're in the right mind frame, you put it on. You couldn't put on a better record.
Put it on Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. That's singer-songwriter time. Actually, singer-songwriter's more like Sunday morning. Genesis would be more of a Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
That's good. That's a good scale. Think about that. Write that down. Damn it, write that shit down. I'm not doing chapter review if you're going to flunk the quiz. God damn it. This Anthony Phillips.
Pencil that in. All right.
Okay. It's weird because the last time Carl and Tiffany was up here, I picked up Geese and the Ghost.
Yeah.
This time we went to Ed McKay's. They had another Anthony Phillips record. Was after the event.
That's really weird.
One of the best covers I've ever seen in my entire life.
Y'all check this out now.
It's
This
got a
is
squirrel on
a
it.
damn squirrel.
The cover and the inside.
A squirrel. Get closer.
The gatefold.
A squirrel eating a golf ball. What is
Squirrel
up
has
with
some
that?
stuff
Okay.
with that golf ball.
Let me hip you guys to a little Was after the event.
Okay.
Eisenheimer,
This is 78 on Arista.
Arista.
It's the second solo album from Anthony Phillips, Genesis guitarist. I said keys earlier. Guitarist.
Yep.
It was released in 78 by Passport. It's weird. A lot of these records I picked up were on Passport.
Passport has a lot of great labels.
It marks
great
the only
bands
time
on their
Phillips
label.
sang lead vocals on an entire album.
Okay. Does he sing well?
I listened to one side of it last weekend.
Is there a reason he's not the singer of Genesis?
It was good, though.
Yeah, but
Well, it's like
But it's
Black
not Phil.
Sabbath, all their albums. There's a couple songs with the drummer singing.
Murray is
and,
okay.
Had some the very cool artwork, and here's a little factoid.
Hit us with that factoid.
Factoid: 2 tracks from the album came out on. No, that's
Aha!
not it. No, no.
When you
I'm not
put it
talking-
that way,
I'm not talking about it.
you're not going to talk about it?
Audible. Omaha!
Okay, Omaha.
Omaha! The mic's cheating up. We're Omaha out of this shit. All right, we're moving on to a little, kind of in the same vein. I mean, Jesus, what am I doing here? Little Brand X.
Brand X.
Moroccan
we
roll.
just talked about them.
We did. We mentioned. You said Brand X for one of the moonshiners.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
you said
Brand X.
Brand Y.
Yeah,
That's
what?
why
No,
kept-
I didn't mean it like that.
Ah,
This is Phil Collins. Now, is he on this album? Because he wasn't on every Brand X album.
true. He is on this album.
He's right in the middle, right there.
Yeah.
See?
I think he's
Moroccan roll. You know, thing about I have this record. Yours is in much better shape than mine, from what I can tell, just by holding the cover.
Yeah.
Moroccan roll is a funny name of the album.
That's what I just figured this out.
You just figured this out?
The thing about the name.
Okay, think about it. Moroccan roll. Moroccan roll.
Moroccan
roll. It was their second album because the first album was their first album. And then this is more rock and roll.
Even though people were like, "Oh, it's not more rock and
so
roll. It's still fusion. It's still fusion. It's not rock and
It's
roll."
more rock and roll.
No.
Moroccan roll.
I've seen that name. I've seen this album. You've got it. You brought it over. I've always thought Moroccan roll.
It's a great record.
Absolutely.
I love this band.
And then I've never.
I might
thought,
like it more than Genesis, to be honest with you. Although Genesis, I'm sorry, you guys are going to be blasting me for that.
And Steve just signed his VC.
When it comes to the
death warrant.
VC, I know, believe me, I love Genesis. I just don't like what they became. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
you know what?
I'll shut up.
Cameraman says, I don't like a lot of what they became.
Steve just signed his own death warrant from the VC.
I'll co-sign.
I love everything
you wanna-
Genesis ever
No, you
did,
don't.
and
No,
the
you
Beatles.
don't.
Hey,
and the
not
Beatles.
before you
honest.
show your last items,
And
you want
the
me
Beatles.
to show the last items that I have?
Yeah. What
you want to
got?
show my vault graphic
Yeah.
real quickly?
Okay. Are we going to the vault?
Let's go to the vault real quick.
Oh, Jesus.
Off the top.
Me too now.
We're going to the vault.
This week I want to feature. I just went down there and I found a couple records.
What the hell was this?
I'm trying to figure it out. I didn't do the research that I needed to do. All I did was listen to it, which I was very happy to. This is piano music. This is, once again, if anybody knows, the vault is where I go to pull records from a man's collection who was the principal of the Winston-Salem, the Savannah Symphony for a number of years.
Okay.
So he's
So
classical.
you've not necessarily
classically
gone
trained.
through all these.
Oh, not at all.
A lot of
I
records.
try to go and almost close my eyes. Last week we pulled George Carlin, which was funny that he had that. But this week
Funny instead of fun.
it's 2 records by a gentleman, Albanese. I believe it's Spanish, and he did a number called Iberia, which is all about an area in Spain.
Just classical music?
Navarre. It's piano. I wouldn't. Don't say classical. Classical refers to a time of symphonic
true.
music where people follow certain rules. This is not that.
I prefer the where classical merges with the romantic period.
Okay, the romantic period is my period.
Bach.
I'm talking my shit. right
Bach
there.
is my shit.
Well, no, that's not romantic period. That's
No.
before classical. That's the... Man, don't
So
hit me with this
where-
now.
But he crossed. He crossed.
No, he didn't cross.
He
He
crossed.
didn't cross there.
Okay,
He didn't cross
now.
there.
A little bit of.
That's the, what do you call it?
Impressionism?
No, fuck no. We're not even going to go there. Let's just move on. But anyway, it's really good. It's piano music, but some of it's pretty out there. He basically covered different areas of Spain and Madrid and did it in music. And it's
got
it's
a
rather
Spanish feel
entertaining.
to it with a little.
Another record I want to talk
Yeah.
about that was in my collection. It was given to me by a guy who was an accountant. He was a bookkeeper for a company we both worked for in Athens, which was a terrible company. They did vending, and I was accounts payable. I was accounts payable. He was accounts receivable, but he was
That guy wears glasses on the back.
This album is called Mephistopheles.
They made that up.
In frustration, I hear singing. It's
yeah.
psych.
I got a question.
I want to say
Steve.
it's pop psych.
Steve, I got a quick question.
But it's very kind of, it's a rare album to begin with.
Really?
And I'm very happy to have it.
Local to there?
No.
If he was accounts receivable and you were accounts payable,
Yeah.
who worked more?
We both were working our butts off because we weren't paying the bills.
Nobody did.
Lastly, let me cover my dig of the week. And
Okay.
I was coming back from a shooting a commercial, and I came back to do for one of our favorite Underdog records.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, he had posted
Big up to
that he
Underdog.
had Rush 2112.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, I don't have that. I've got some Rush albums, but I've got it on CD. I don't have it on vinyl. I'd love to have it on vinyl.
Right.
So I went by there later in the week, and I was like, hey, do you still have 2112? He's like, yeah, I got it over here. In fact, I have 2112, and I have Moving Pictures. So I decided I had to have them both because I don't have Moving Pictures. So
wow.
if you want to show these real quickly. In fact, I pulled it from the stack of...
Rain grenade.
I pulled it from the stack of what we played because I wanted to talk about it because Moving Pictures, we played side 2 earlier, and it sounds so good on vinyl. It sounds so good on vinyl. So I was just real happy to pick these up.
And that was one of the first.
And if you ask a lot of
me.
average Joes who aren't like over the top Rush fans, like, hey, what albums do you like from Rush? They'll mention 2. They'll say 2112 and Moving Pictures. And I was outside, and this guy over here, the cameraman, said, hey, I really like 2112 Moving Pictures. And I was like, it's funny because I just bought those today. And so that's my dig of the week. I was real happy to get those.
I love those records. Those are 2 of my favorites from Rush, for sure. I've got 2112. That's probably my favorite. It really discouraged me when Geddy Lee, he had there's a quote, and you can look it up. I don't want to misquote
It's about
it.
analog and digital.
The difference between
That's
analog
Brian
and digital.
Eno, isn't it?
No.
What did he say?
He said people that think analog is better than digital.
Didn't have to fuck with it.
No. That was Brian Eno.
Oh.
Brian Eno says people that thinks, analog is so blah, 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 blah over digital, that means you've never had to work with it. And you know what? For somebody like Brian Eno, I can understand.
I can totally
'Cause
understand
you would have
that.
tape ran across his whole
He had
room
tape loops throughout his house.
and run all through the...
He spoke at Mogfest. He said he had a tape. When you listen to some of his music,
Yeah.
there was this tape
I
loop
see that.
ran all throughout the living room and just
But-
ran and ran and ran for 17 minutes.
Geddy Lee says you're comparing digital versus a recording in your head that is based on nostalgia. And I'm paraphrasing here, please. I'm paraphrasing. But he says that what you think is warm and natural and real, what we all record collectors say about records versus CDs.
Sure.
He says that's all in your head because it's based on a recording of nostalgia that's in your head.
You know what?
There could be some truth to that.
Quoth
though.
Possibly.
Quoth
It's
the
hard.
only difference between analog
Quoth
and
who?
digital, quoth me. The only difference between analog
Cameraman
and
is
digital
talking
is
right now.
faith. Can you hear the difference?
Do you have
yes or no?
do you have faith?
Do you have faith in whether you can hear the difference?
I gotta
Yes
have
or no?
faith.
That's the difference.
I see a clip. I don't see a mic. Okay, you're good.
Baby!
We're very sensitive to audio tonight.
Everything's off. Nobody can hear anybody. Nobody can hear anybody.
So far, so good.
Write that down.
So finish up what you got over there. I'm very happy that you picked this last one. I see.
Write that down. Nobody can hear anybody. Mikey Bananas, 2014. Make a t-shirt.
You have a
Stunt.
logbook?
Pull. It's time for stunt.
You have a
Okay.
logbook.
Hey, look at this, folks. A Grown Man Record Night favorite. Nectar.
Is it nectar or nectar?
Nectar. This is, Jesus, man. In the ocean.
It's called
Wait.
a towel in the ocean.
A tab.
A tab in the ocean?
A towel?
A tab in the ocean.
A tab in the ocean.
1972. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, this is the
I'm
second
going to
Nectar
kill you
record.
tonight in your sleep and take this record.
Yeah, this is the second album from the German-based English progressive rock Nectar.
Really?
King of Twilight.
Did you
Are
say
they
German
German?
bass?
Here's my
What?
here's
No, as opposed to what?
here's my cool little factoid.
bass?
I thought I had a factoid about
German
Brand X.
bass.
It's not a factoid about Brand X. It's a factoid about Nectar.
And you wrote it.
Here it is.
Okay.
Okay. King of Twilight
King of what?
was covered by Iron Maiden on a B-side of their 1984 single Aces High, although they only named it's only named King of Twilight. The cover is actually a medley of Crying in the Dark and King of Twilight. But still, Iron Maiden went down the Nectar road.
When we
Jesus,
first
dude.
met and got into Nectar, it was Remember the Future. It was
Absolutely.
from 73 or 74, right?
It's
and
the
the
next-
guy,
it's the one
the guy
after
who
that.
turned us on to it was like,
1973?
oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any earlier Nectar. This one's probably pretty cool. And it was very cool. But this one is really cool.
I'll never forget that. That's
That's Underdog Records.
our guy Jonathan, who worked at Underdog. Who worked at Underdog Records.
Before he worked at
He
Underdog.
owns Underdog Records. He worked at a different record store.
He is the proprietor.
And when I was there, I was like, man, can you hit me into some psych rock? And he's like, what you looking for? He's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I don't know, like,
Nectar.
and I was like,
Nice.
God, that had
That was
diabetes
really
all
nice.
over it. That just smelled like diabetes.
Sweetfoot.
Sweet feet,
Did it really?
sugary
Did it
step.
really smell like diabetes? It smelled a little sweeter than it should, didn't it?
But I was like, I'm looking for psych rock. And he was like, what do you mean by psych rock? And I was like, I don't know, like, can? And I was like, I know you don't have any can here. That's crazy business. But
Right.
something like that. And he was like, we got this Nectar
right.
album, Remember the Future. And I was like,
Yeah,
for
Bang
real?
Tango.
And I was like, I don't know.
Mago Tago.
I was like, I don't know Nectar. And he was like, it's a great great band.
Yeah.
This is not their best album. Their earlier stuff was great.
It's a great album.
And that one was like $3 or $4. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I'll just get this one then. And I got it. And I'm like, what the shit? This record is the tits. Are you kidding me?
It's the tits.
I mean, it's.
But this album you just picked up,
This
what's it
one
called?
is that Nectar album is the year before that one, because he was saying
Yeah,
the stuff
72.
before that.
And it is wonderful.
Yeah, it's-
We listened to it earlier. It was what we played. We didn't show it to you because it's really what you
we
dug.
actually listened to one side of that.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, and I've got one more dig of the week record, folks, and that's this is a very special record to me.
You probably
And,
you probably haven't heard this.
No, you've probably not heard this. I was digging through Ed McKay's in Greensboro, and I saw this record. Right,
Because you were really wanting to buy some more records.
I was trying not to spend any more money. I was trying not to spend any more money. I don't know what Cameron was saying.
He's
So,
messing with you.
This had a sticker on it that says, drum-based free jazz from early 80s.
That sounds good.
Sure.
It's good. Yeah.
Greensboro.
What?
And I was like, wait a minute,
Oh,
what?
you're getting
And I flipped
exclusive
I
material.
flipped it over, and it looks like it's like a jacket from the recording studio.
When you got that little label,
Yeah, it's got the
thing,
label that
show
says,
that
like-
label right there. That's like information needs to be written down on there. That's like only pertinent to that one
I
little
don't know if
record.
it's a promo copy or what. Let's go ahead and show the
like
cover
a-
while we're up there,
What'd
Jay.
you call it? You almost thought it was what? What'd you call
Well, here's the deal. This is by a group called Pause. P-A-W-S.
P-A-U-S-E?
Nope. P-A-W-S.
P-A-W-S-E.
And this is in the genre of like, it's jazz, but it's really percussion-based, kind of free jazz, Latin.
That's what they said.
Whatnot. Put it on last week. I had the boss man over here on Saturday night.
Yeah.
We was just talking business. And put that record on. I just picked it up. One of the most bananas out of the scope, freaking like uppercut jazz records down by the river percussion I've ever heard. I thought it was Private Press, right? I'm really into Private Press here lately
Oh, good
because
luck.
that's where it's at.
Good luck.
Sure, absolutely. But It's on Parachute Records. I thought that was like a little private press thing. Looked it up. How about John Zorn recorded 2 albums on Parachute Records, and they're both worth like $50 bazillion.
And
of course,
he made rent money when he did that.
Of course, and all back in the early '80s, right when this pause was recorded.
Okay.
It was recorded at a place called The Process in Greensboro, North Carolina, which is like 15, 20 minutes from us. And how I know The Process is it's a real deal recording studio. They record like symphonies, like
How do you know that?
major
How do you know
orchestras.
that?
In Greensboro?
Yes, for like scores
No.
for film.
Share with your credibility. Show,
No.
share
I
it.
just know that.
There's a lot of behind-the-scenes
You've been
stuff
there,
going on in
you've
Greensboro.
worked
Yeah.
there, you know people.
And I
Your,
also-
your album might be getting near.
I
the
know
end.
they also only hire full sale
Full sale.
recording
Sure.
professionals.
Really?
Hello.
Yes.
Nashville.
They're very because
Orlando.
when I graduated from college, I was looking up like music studios and places for TV and film and video and whatever. Process turned up, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds cool." They record music. I'm a musician. I know things.
I'm a musician.
And then I looked it up, and they were like, "You hadn't been to Full Sail? Don't even effing apply."
Okay.
They're legit.
Because
big
Full Sail
scale.
teaches you everything.
Well, they teach you everything you need to know to get into the industry.
Yep.
Very specific. So,
Oh, well, they don't.
so anyhow, that was my big deal this week.
They'll teach us right here.
That was like a few bucks, man, and local to us. And let me tell you what, when we put this thing on, it will blow your mind.
I can't wait to hear it.
There's like 10 copies on Discogs. I thought it was private press, and it's not.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it.
But it's a great record.
We'll get to it.
I'm gonna say this
Rap,
on air.
rap,
I'm
woo,
gonna
big.
No, Craig,
Tired and
Oh,
thirsty and hungry.
The week. We're wrapping up the
Dig of the week.
Drink that beer. I'll-
We're wrapping up the dig of the week. Of the week. Oh, it's empty.
Okay.
It's empty.
And we're going to take this opportunity from going from this dig of the week into a soda spit.
Really? Right away?
Yeah.
Might want to hit the.
Wait.
Might want to go to the fridge and get that balloon.
Yeah, there's a couple. We got a couple of.
I'm gonna go to the.
Okay, you do that.
Cameraman's going to walk down the hallway in the warehouse here at Grown Man Record Night Studios.
Oh,
pick up
man.
our couple of sodas. We're going to.
Hold on, it'll take me a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Here you go.
We got 2 things we want to talk about this evening.
Is that thing open with Twisty? Is that a Twisty?
We'll get it off, Steve.
Oh, we'll get it off.
We'll get it off, Steve.
That's kind of could throw the boss man into a tizzy right there.
That's true. Oh, dude, it's a good thing he's not here tonight.
Some folks can't handle blue things.
Okay, let's hit it off. We mentioned our store brand challenge a couple weeks ago. We have an ongoing store brand challenge from our
Store brand
in our-
challenge.
in our chip chat version of the program, where we review a lot of store brand flavored chips.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Like your Kroger's and your
Harris
Teeter
Teeter and your IGA.
and your Wegmans.
Wegmans from up there in
Hey,
New
we're
York.
talking out
Food
interna-
Line, Harris
international.
Teeter, Lowe's Foods.
Your Gunter Funks.
You're making that one up.
I did.
Okay.
I was trying to get international, but that was stupid.
Yeah, you made
I just cleaned that for my
you
own.
just made us look like idiots in front of all of our international
Sorry.
friends. And now when we have another Iraq war, we're going to lose it because nobody's going to be on our side
Until
to
the-
talk shit about all their fucking people.
Until the guy's shopping at Gunter Funks, all right?
All right.
The Whiskey Tango.
They're Whiskey Tango.
All right, so what we got?
So you brought us this one here. It's an IGA, which is
IGA,
a store brand.
store brand.
Mountain Citrus.
We've covered IGA chips before. Let's do a soda.
They were good. The IGA chips were good.
They were good.
So we're going to give the IGA soda a chance. Mountain Citrus would be in the vein of a Mountain Dew.
I'm assuming
assume
it's
it- I'm
going to be like a
assuming.
Mountain Dew.
It doesn't list
It doesn't say nothing.
for carbonation for caffeine, because that's what I would look to. I know when it comes to like sodas and caffeine and calories, I know it. When it comes to alcohol, beers, calories, carbs, I know it.
You know it.
I had a problem. So let's just say when it comes to calories and carbs for beer and soda, I know it.
You know it.
I know it.
You know it.
I like to memorize things.
did
That's
it.
what.
Yeah,
Mikey
you know a
Bananas
lot about
likes.
carb. When I talk about, I can throw a beer at you. You can tell me the carbs it has.
That's what
how
Mikey
about-
Bananas
How
does.
about Michelob Light?
Michelob Light is 99 calories and 6.6 carbs.
Okay.
No, it's a little
657
more
grams.
carbs than that.
Okay.
10 point. It's higher than you would think.
Okay.
10.6 carbs.
How about
So,
a natural light?
natural light.
Are these? I'm throwing curves at you.
What is that point system?
Okay, you're not smart.
Natural light is 3.2 grams of carbs.
Okay.
Grams of
96
How's that
calories.
translate?
Okay.
Does
Okay.
your body make
So he knows it.
all
I
that
know it.
end up- what
Don't
happens?
test me, son.
No,
Don't
seriously.
test me.
I'm asking metabolism here. You can't answer metabolism.
No,
I'm
that's what's on.
gonna pour me a shot of this.
Oh, you pouring a shot of the mountain citrus?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it out.
Let's do that. No, we want to drink after each other.
My scabies are contagious.
It doesn't taste like Mountain Dew.
No, it's a little more sun drop, I would say. It's got a lot more citrus to it. Hit that off. Pour it in a little something.
Get you a
It's
swag.
good.
It's good.
That has more citrus than I would think. I tend to stay away from the citrusy sodas because that citric acid will eat your tooth enamel.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like sucking on a lemon.
You're going to rot it on down.
You don't want
Yeah,
that
don't
to
suck
happen.
on a
'Cause
lemon, 'cause
you got to
you
keep
don't
your
want
teeth
people-
looking all beautiful like they are.
You want to suck them on down now.
You know something about
Because I've eaten
sucking
some
on a
teeth.
lemon?
I've eaten some teeth. You don't want to do it.
Here's the
Don't
thing.
eat some teeth,
I'm
people.
gonna say it.
You don't want to eat teeth.
Your teeth are way sharper because of all the acid that has wore them down to
Sure.
a little fine
Got a little
point.
fine point.
That's true. But you don't want to eat teeth.
You eat lemons for a living,
Yeah.
and you'll get sharp teeth.
Yeah, you don't want to eat
I'll
them.
give you sharp
You
teeth.
don't want to eat. You don't want to eat them.
So, what-
Okay.
Don't
you
eat
think it's
lemons
better
for
than
a
Mountain?
living.
I'm a big. I mean, you know, this is never
I like that
never
a
too
lot.
far from me. It's the only diet with dew in it.
I
So-
think this is better than most knockoffs of Mountain Dew.
But not
Hands
better
down.
than Mountain Dew.
Damn it. It's right there at it. But that is way better. To me, that tastes more.
I'm tasting soap, but it might have been the mix of
That's
the
Sun
of
Drop.
the of what I was drinking before.
To me, that
with
tastes
that.
like Sun Drop.
Probably was.
It's
Was.
much more of a Sun Drop copy than it is a Mountain Dew copy.
I like the label though.
That's good. Check it
show
out,
that
man.
real quick.
If it's on sale, you got an IGA.
Mountain
man,
Citrus
do something about it.
Soda.
What we got here, Steve?
Another mountain drink.
Cool
This
Mountain.
is called Cool Mountain Raspberry. It's
me
like
tell
you can
you
go to
something.
New York Styles and oh shit, we got to open that up.
And it's that Kachonga right there. On the top of the microwave, blue Kachonga.
Oh yeah.
I'm not fans of people switching out S's for Z's.
Sure.
But hey, whatever. This
thing
is one
out.
of those. I think World Market had a bunch of sodas on sale, and I
Says
picked
it's-
up a ton of them. And this
World
is one of
Market?
those, maybe. Maybe this is one of
It
them.
says it's a fountain classic.
A fountain cloud. Well, let's try
It
that.
does
Lying.
contain
They're lying.
Blue number
pure
5.
cane sugar,
Blue number 5.
but it does have blue number 1,
Blue number 1.
which will send the boss man, if you know the program. Blue number 1 sends the boss man into Seizureville.
Oh,
Yeah.
he can't do
And-
it.
No.
He
No.
can't do it. No, he can't do. Boss man can't do.
It
blue
won't be
number
that
1.
running down his face. He'll be just shaking on the floor, basically.
Seizureville, baby. Down there with damn
We'll
Michael
call
J.
the
Fox
authorities,
and
he'll be
like
okay.
Linda Ronstadt.
Linda Ronstadt's down
Yeah,
on there.
yeah,
she's
she's
on the
down.
floor.
She's on the floor.
She don't know nobody.
Nobody.
No, she don't know nobody.
Living in the USA.
She don't know. She don't know the USA or nothing. Made with pure cane sugar. Linda Ronstadt, why don't you go suck one?
Oh, come on now.
That's all I'm saying. Go suck one, Linda Ronstadt. All right.
Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
Your lid has an
That was
X.
Mike.
What's that? You playing tic-tac-toe? This got a little
Mike.
X on the inside.
Nope. Am I saying
Yeah.
Are you thirsty?
The
The top says, "Are you thirsty?" And
Should
the
I do
inside,
the Should I do the envelope thing?
do the envelope.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna do that.
I was gonna say, pour me some.
What? Which one?
But does it matter now?
Yeah, no.
You tell me what it tastes like. I know exactly what it tastes like. You tell me. I don't want to say until you do it, Steve.
Oh wow.
What do you think it tastes like? Right off the top of your head. Boom! Answer the question.
Bottle, pour it into here.
What does it taste like? Hold on. Cotton candy?
There you go.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Where is it?
It tastes like cotton candy.
That tastes just like
That's
cotton candy.
pretty good.
It's not bad. It's pretty damn sweet.
It's rich.
Yeah. It's sweet.
But you know what? If you're going to eat cotton candy, you're planning on eating some sweet.
Yeah. That's
Tastes
pretty
like
good.
Poison in 1998.
That's a sometimes treat.
Yeah, sometimes. True.
All the food is poison.
Poison.
All the food is poison.
Poison.
That's good.
Hey,
Okay, let's wrap up this edition of So to Speak. No,
Really?
no. Let's wrap up this edition of So to Speak, and we're going to take this opportunity to roll.
Get us back out.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right,
Let's talk about something else other than soda. What else do you want to talk about?
Man, this is
Bread,
big. I'm hungry.
beans,
I'm hungry.
cheese,
I'm hungry. We're going to go to Chip
Charles,
Chat. We're going to go to Chip Chat.
chips.
Chuck Charles.
Which one you want to do? All of these?
All right, bring them all. Bring
We're
them all.
bringing
over.
it. We're bringing it tonight, folks.
This is going to be an epic. We hadn't got stupid with Chip
Where's the
Chat.
cheese dip?
It's been
was
left out
up
a little
there.
bit. It's been left out a little bit.
Okay.
We shouldn't eat that.
No, we shouldn't.
We had some cheese dip. We're going to premiere on the program this evening.
Yeah.
My mom gave it to me. Let's talk serious, folks.
Bring it down.
Let's talk serious.
Okay.
I'm zooming close.
I don't like to get too serious on a Friday night.
Okay.
Friday night is a time for parties. And
All right.
A time for having a good time.
Okay.
But I do.
We're
wanna
listening.
mention, my mom gave me some cheese dip a couple of days ago,
Okay.
and I thought the cheese dip was sealed up. She purchased it from the dollar store. I think it was
Dollar
Dollar
cheese
General.
dip.
Dollar
Dollar
General.
cheese dip.
She said, it's a good cheese dip. You want some of this? I said, okay. And she gave it to me. It had a little squeezy top on it. And when I looked at it,
Squeezy top?
so I thought it was sealed. I thought it was a brand new copy.
She'd already opened
I
it?
thought it was a new pressing of some cheese dip. And when I opened it
OG?
up, OG. When I opened it up, it was she had opened the cheese dip previously. And I've been keeping it out for a couple of days.
Oh.
Because I thought it was new cheese
So we're not
dip.
going to try the cheese dip.
So we won't try that.
Okay.
That's all right.
Great story.
I mean, I appreciate my mom thinking about me.
Tender moment that was.
It was good stuff, man. I'm sure it's good. The dollar store cheese dip. Come on, man.
Well,
You
we're
got
not-
a Dollar General.
But we're not here to talk about cheese
we're
dip.
not.
We're here to
No.
talk about chips.
Chips.
Tell me a little about this, Steve. I was going to do this for an open bag special.
what?
Tell me a little Tom's. Tell me about a little Tom's.
We've only covered Tom's. You find in a lot of. I don't know about up north, but Tom's is a very common man chip
Yep. Hang on a second.
found in many
You gotta show all the
IGAs, maybe a Harris Teeter, maybe convenience stores.
They're distributed by Snyder's Lance, which
Snyder's-
is in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Lance. Well, it's a Lance
Charlotte.
thing then.
Charlotte.
Lance must have bought Tom's. Tom's was the other guy, the little guy fighting Frito-Lay.
Yeah, Tom's has been around.
Tom's been around.
Yeah.
We've only covered the nacho rings.
Nacho ring from.
But I decided we needed to
Yeah.
throw some Tom's back in here. So these are the, what do we call these? Ridges? What? Ruffle?
Crispy Ridges.
Crispy
Ridges.
Ridges. So basically, it's Tom's version of the
Of
ruffle.
a ruffle.
What do you think? The ruffles seem to be tighter.
These are crispy though.
They're crispier. The ridges seem to be tighter together, which
I
makes
like
them a little more vulnerable.
I like them.
I like them.
I'd like to see how they deal in the cheese dip. But
They seem, okay,
Mm.
here we go, folks. They seem A, greasier than a Ruffles. B, they seem like they probably couldn't handle the stiffer
They're
dips
gonna break when
as
you try
well
to use them.
as well as the Ruffles.
Use your fingers because they're gonna break.
use your own judgment.
But that being said, 3, I think they're a damn good chip.
Yeah.
That tastes great.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the cheese dip, give me those, Jay. Don't be a damn.
And it's likely this bag's going to cost you less than a bag of Ruffles.
I like those.
That's probably $1.99 bag there, isn't it?
No,
I like where Tom
that
was going with
it was
that.
$2.99.
So, folks, you can pick up
Hey,
Tom's,
wow.
a little cheaper price than the Ruffles, which are like $4 a bag in a convenience store.
Right.
Tom's will be like $1 or $2. Take those on away with you. Those are good.
How Frito-Lay can kill these guys, though, is through economy of scale.
Absolutely.
They usually have Ruffles on sale, which will be cheaper than
Sure.
Tom's. So if you can get Ruffles on sale cheaper than Tom's, you'll probably buy Ruffles. But
the Toms are good.
don't try the Toms. Man.
Don't sleep on them. And especially if they're on sale, don't sleep on them. Hey, I want to mention something.
This would be really good with a French onion dip.
Absolutely. My mom sent these for the girlfriend because she'd never seen them or heard of them before.
What?
We're talking
Those
about
balls?
these
Testicles?
These are testicles of a.
Will you show these on the?
Yeah. These are the testicles
This mountain oyster?
No, don't do that.
Mountain oysters.
Don't eat those, man.
Of a
Don't-
mountaineer.
Do not.
Not
do
of a
not eat
mountain.
Those.
but of a mountaineer.
A mountain.
If you make the climb from here to Mount McKinley, and you can make it all the way to the top, when you get to the top, they cut your balls off, and they package them in this pickling solution,
Dude.
and they sell them at convenience stores, and
You know
that's
where
what.
Mount McKinley is?
Yeah.
You got to travel 3,000 miles before you get there. 4,000 miles before you get there.
Yeah,
They're kidding you.
that's what.
Don't eat those.
That's
Don't
what
eat 'em.
happens.
Don't eat them.
No, these folks are pickled eggs.
Do not eat those.
Now, my dad knows the pickled eggs
He's
from
gonna eat them.
at the end of the bar back in the 70s. Back in the 70s, the pickled eggs, you could find them in a big ass jar at the end of the bar.
A pool hall.
A pool hall. And you would jam your arm down in
Get you
there
a
and
pickled egg.
run it around like Vicky in the damn National Lampoon's Vacation. Vicky, can I help you with that Kool-Aid,
No.
please? You would dig around in there, but apparently they've found out a way to, Big John's has found out a way to package them separately. I'm not going to eat one right now. I don't want to throw up on the program.
I thought you were going to throw up earlier, to be honest with you.
I've got my own.
Was that acting?
Yeah.
Was that your?
I've
that's
got
good
a
act-
SAG card.
Okay.
Method acting.
I do have a SAG card. Okay, so we did our open bag special. We got pickled eggs. Let's keep it moving.
Okay.
A little wild card here this evening from our
What
good
you got there?
our good friends at Snyder's of Hanover.
Of Hanover, not of
Abs-
Charlotte.
No. Snyder's of Hanover. You know them for making the pretzel pieces.
Everybody knows Snyder's. You're like,
sure.
yeah, I'm eating pretzels. Whatever, I'm bored.
They do the buffalo and the honey mustard.
Oh, they
like
do
pretzel pieces.
a ton of different pretzels.
Sure, and the regular pretzel.
Now they're dipping them in chocolate and shit.
Check this out. We were talking about corn nuts not too long ago, right?
Corn nuts.
Yeah, about how good they taste, about how much they bust up your teeth, and how
Corn
much
nuts.
they stink to
Corn
everybody
nuts
else.
are only good for the folks eating them. The folks not eating them thinks it's the fucking smelliest thing in the
They're
world.
loud.
Absolutely.
Watch the flag.
Well, check this
They're
out.
so loud.
From Snyder's, Corn Crunchers,
Okay.
boldly flavored corn snacks, Nacho Grande flavor.
Nacho Grande, cheese big.
Let me give you a
never
little
get
bit of the
on Nacho
rundown
Grande.
on what these actually are. When the mood hits you, nothing will satisfy like a crunchy mouthful of bold flavor. Inappropriate? Crunchy nuggets of baked corn that deliver a bold kick of flavor in every bite. With
So you-
sharp cheddar cheese, sweet tomatoes, a spicy hint of jalapeno peppers, and a special seasoning, Nacho Grande! Corn Crunchers will cure what you're craving.
Is that Crunchers with a K?
Okay, they're baked, not fried, making them a better way to
I bet that's
snack.
Crunchers. I bet that's Crunchers with a K.
It is.
Ah,
Corn
you crazy,
Crunchers.
crazy Snyder's people.
Corn and Crunchers are both with a K.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Like the band. This is sponsored by the band Corn.
Pretty sure. Here we go. Let's check these out. Oh man, I bet these are going to be really good. Oh my God.
Corn Crunchers.
Really crunchy, obviously.
Corn Crunchers.
Oh my God. That's good, folks.
Oh, crunchy. Good God.
Is that a potato chip? No.
No,
Will it bust your teeth out? Probably.
it's hard to say. It's a pretzel. It's really in there.
It's corn.
It's spicy too.
It's spicy. There's several different.
Ooh, it tastes like an enchilada. It's really
Yeah.
good. It's pretty good.
There's several different flavors of these.
That might be the best pretzel I've ever eaten.
It's not. It's corn.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Take it back. What?
No.
What's
Hey,
going on
check
here?
this out. Right next
like
to
a
my
corn nut.
Crunch it.
But it's in the shape of a pretzel. But it's broken up. After
Fantastic.
that,
Real spicy.
it keeps me thinking.
Yeah. This is already, my wheels are turning.
No,
I can see your wheels turning.
no, you put
Damn
it
it.
on. Nah,
I'll eat it.
put it on the floor. Just put
Everybody's wheels are turning.
Just put it out in your underwear.
So folks, you'll see these. Give them a chance.
Wow,
They're really good.
that's like a nice spicy enchilada.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good. Now, I'll tell you what. One more chip we're going to do on Chip
Oh
Chat
wow,
this evening.
3 chips.
3 chips. We're getting crazy.
The trifecta.
Our good friends at Cape Cod, and we've done some Cape Cod shit, some of the
We
program
have.
before.
Yeah.
They've always been a good solid.
Need something to drink?
They've always been a good solid product.
Yep, Cape Cod. The highest carcinogen of all the chips.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that.
The dark russet potato chip that they make has that chemical there's a chemical that's given off when you bake chips.
Just the darker things are,
And the
more
dark one,
cancer it causes.
the
Like
dark
when you
russet
grill
has
something, that
the
black
high,
stuff.
way high. I don't know the chemical. I forget what it is, but it's been linked to cancer, and so chips aren't. Apparently, some people say chips aren't good for you. I don't know what they're talking
Well,
about.
thanks for nothing, Cape Cod and Obama. While
But
we're at it.
anyway,
Steve, nothing is
Okay.
good for you.
nothing's good for you.
So from our good friends at Cape Cod, this is the waffle cut
Waffle cut,
buffalo cheddar.
buffalo.
Hey now, I've seen some buffalo stuff. I've seen cheddar stuff, obviously. I used to always wonder when I was a little kid, why does nobody have just like cheese potato chips? Why is it barbecue, sour cream, salt and vinegar, regular? When I was a little kid. No, just cheddar. That seemed like a layup for Americans, and nobody ever did it.
When I was a kid, I always wondered why they didn't have mayonnaise in a squeeze bottle.
Yeah?
And I knew why. And I know why it is now.
You know something else I always wondered? Apple flavored soda.
Think about mayonnaise squeezing out of
Yeah.
a bottle. You're like, okay, well, they're
No,
like,
you-
oh, they don't. That's
You think
that's
about that.
that's nasty.
Turns out Mexicans had apple flavored soda for a long time. So anyhow, we're talking.
You know, when I was a kid, mayonnaise was not put in a squeeze bottle.
It was in a jar.
They wouldn't put it in a squeeze. They put mustard and ketchup in a squeeze bottle.
Waffle cut. Buffalo cheddar.
Okay, buffalo cheddar waffle
You
cut.
get the first honor here.
I will take the first.
Your honor, Your Honor. I'm gonna take the last one out of respect for my guest. You get your damn handful, Jay. Try some, Jay. Jesus Christ. What is this, rocket science over here? All right. Here we go. I'm gonna get some there. You can hold them up. What do you think about that?
Very crunchy,
Good stuff?
Good stuff.
cheesy.
Nice waffle cut, heavy, thick present. Cheese plus the buffalo.
A little spice.
What do you think about that?
Tastes like a goddamn McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Tell me it don't taste like McDonald's.
I don't know about this.
Hey, tell me it don't taste like a McDonald's. It's got the celery built in the chip. Yeah.
You taste the celery?
Yeah.
What?
And the onion. Something
Jay
built in.
tastes some like celery, some onion.
I got celery salt.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
McDonald's built in.
I'm a big fan of Cape Cod. I don't know what they're doing here. I think I thought that
They
was
wanted
gonna-
to taste like a chicken wing, probably.
Yeah,
It's called kowtow.
maybe it was because of all the other great chips I had before it. My palate may be a little bit skewed.
Well, the first one was nothing but plain Jane.
True.
You went from that to corn crunchers.
Those corn crunchers are fantastic. Get out of here, Ronald. That's I don't know. I don't know about it.
Maybe just we got it on the wrong day.
The corn crunchers have tainted my palate. My
Okay.
palate's been tainted, Steve. Show's over. No,
Turn off the lights.
No, the show's over.
Turn the
My
lights
palate-
off.
No, my palate's been tainted. That's a cue for me to kill the show. All right, let's wrap up this particular edition, so to speak.
One more, and just tell me your mind didn't change.
I'll try one more. Yeah, we're finishing up this chip chat.
No, we're done with that.
No, we're finishing chip chat.
Roy, you
Uh-huh.
want to get graphic?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, graphic.
Yeah,
Back to
I don't
you.
know. I
1,
don't
2,
know how much I
1,
care
2,
for
3,
those.
Back to you.
It's good. It's good. It's got flavor. Don't get me wrong.
It's got flavor. It's a little tangier than I think I would want.
It's a sweet. It's a kind of a sweet flavor.
Yeah.
With some spice, a sweet spice.
I can definitely, I can definitely recommend the Corn Crunchers and the Tom's Ridges.
Well, you might want to give these a try. I mean,
I'll tell you this: these were expensive.
oh well.
So if you catch these on sale, give them a try. Otherwise, the Mikey Bananas recommendation is, I don't know. Those are kind of weird.
Push.
From the names, Buffalo Cheddar, to me that was like, oh, for real? Buffalo Cheddar? That's real shit.
What were you thinking when you heard those names? Buffalo Cheddar.
I didn't think it was going to be quite as tangy. It's
Okay.
kind of tangy. It's
You know
got a
what?
little,
To
I
me,
don't know.
they tried to lock down a segment of my chip experience by
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, we're Buffalo Cheddar." No, you're not.
You slit your wrist. You put your
Necessarily.
wife out there.
You might have been
Yeah, I don't know.
3 years ago.
Hey, anyhow. Hey, let's wrap up this show, folks. We've had a great time this evening.
Yeah, this evening has been
It's been
good.
fantastic. We've had some moonshine. We've had some potato chips, some great records, some great soup. As the night goes on, you can damn set your clock by. We're
For
gonna get
those of
weirder.
you live with us tonight, there's much
Stay with
to
us.
come.
We're gonna get some weird, Steve. Damn it, we're gonna get some damn weird.
How
You know,
weird?
damn it, damn it, we're gonna get some damn weird.
I bet mine went real off track.
Jesus Christ.
I think there's a few
You remember when
times
the format used to be like we'd do like the dig and then we'd take a break and play a record.
yeah, ain't no break.
And then we'd come back.
Forcing
and-
it through.
Oh my God.
Forcing it
We
through.
just forced 3 hours down your throat right now.
So anyhow, hey folks, thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. We appreciate each and every one of you for joining us on our live stream, on our YouTube channel, and we'll be sure to come back with brand new stuff next week. Record Store Day is coming up. We'll talk a little bit about it. I'm not a big fan, but we'll talk about it. There's one real big record I really want to talk about. But we appreciate each and every one of you, and we appreciate everybody checking us out live and on the YouTube channel. So be sure to catch us, and we'll check you next week. And for Steve Fever, for cameraman, for Jay, for girlfriend, for everybody in the studio, I'm Mikey Bananas. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next week live here on Grown Man Record Night.
Bye-bye.